Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of all the corporate jargon so you don't have to. Today we're diving into a filing from Superior Industries International Inc. And let's just say things are getting interesting as they prepare for some major changes. So what's the big news here? As of August 13, 2025, Superior Industries International Inc., a company focused on making wheels for vehicles, is reporting on a really important transaction where they sold a significant chunk of their stock to a buyer called Supe Parent Holdings LLC. This isn't your average stock sale though, it's tied to something much bigger happening with the company. This document is what's called a Form 8K. Think of it as a current report that companies have to file when something big or unexpected happens. It's like a press release but for the official record with the Securities and Exchange Commission or SEC. The main event we're looking at happened on August 13, 2025. Superior Industries is incorporated in Delaware. That's pretty standard for many US companies. They also have a commission file number and an IRS employer identification number, which are just for official tracking. While we usually skip this kind of info, it's good to know they are reachable. This little checkbox here tells us they're also using this filing to provide information to shareholders in a way that's allowed before a big vote. This often happens when a company is being bought or merged. Now let's talk about their stock. For a while, Superior Industries common stock, which is basically the basic share of ownership in the company, was traded on the New York Stock Exchange, the NYSE. That's a big deal, a very prestigious place for stocks to be listed. But here's a bombshell. Back in June, the NYSE actually filed paperwork to remove Superior Industries stock from their exchange. This is a major event. When a company is delisted from a major exchange like the NYSE, it usually means the stock is going somewhere else or something significant is happening that changes its status. And that's exactly what happened. Their stock moved to the OTC Pink market. This market is generally for smaller companies or those that don't meet the requirements of the bigger exchanges. It's often seen as a less regulated and more volatile trading environment. The symbol for their stock is now SSRP. Think of moving from a luxury department store to a discount flea market. It signifies a big change in the company's public trading status. This section is where we get to the core of the August 13th event. It's about the sale of stock that didn't go through the usual public offering process. This is called an unregistered sale. So, back on July 8th, Superior Industries signed an agreement with Supe Parent Holdings LLC, which we'll just call Parent. This agreement said that Parent would buy a specific number of Superior Industries shares, 7,000 of them at a price of just 9 cents per share. 9 cents. That's incredibly low for a stock that was just recently trading on the NYSE. This price signals that something major is going on in a distressed sale or part of a larger acquisition. And on August 13th, this deal officially happened. Parent bought all 7,000 shares for a total of $684,000. Yes, that's less than $1 million for a company that was publicly traded on the NYSE. This amount strongly suggests that the company was acquired or is undergoing a significant restructuring where this investment is a key part. Why an unregistered sale? The filing states that this sale is exempt from the usual registration rules under a part of the Securities Act called Section 4H(2). This exemption is generally for transactions that don't involve a public offering, meaning they're private placements. This is very common when a company is acquired or receives a significant investment from a private equity firm or a strategic buyer who is taking a controlling stake. Now, we often see this language talking about forward-looking statements. This is a warning from the company. They're saying that many of the statements they make about the future are based on current expectations and could change. They use words like believe, expect, may, will, should, could, anticipate, estimate, intend, plan, seek, see, target. It basically means that you shouldn't take everything they say about the future as a concrete promise because many things could go wrong or change. And here's the clincher. The filing mentions something called a merger agreement. This agreement is with Parent and a subsidiary called Sup Merger Sub Inc. The plan is for Merger Sub to merge with Superior Industries. This means Superior Industries as it existed will likely cease to be an independent company and will become part of Parent's larger structure. This is why their stock was delisted and why this private sale of shares happened at such a low price. It's all part of the merger process. Here's a really important piece of information buried in the risks. The company itself acknowledges there's substantial doubt regarding the company's ability to continue as a going concern. This is a very serious statement. It means that there's a significant question about whether the company can survive and operate for the next year. This often happens when a company is facing severe financial difficulties. It makes the acquisition by Parent seem less like a choice and more like a lifeline for Superior Industries. They also mention the process for deregistering their stock. This is the final step after delisting to ensure their stock is no longer subject to certain SEC reporting requirements as a publicly traded entity. This part is about how the merger is being communicated. They're saying this report isn't an offer to buy or sell anything, but it is related to the upcoming merger. They also mention that more details will be filed with the SEC in something called a proxy statement. This document will explain the merger in detail and asks shareholders to vote on it. They are encouraging shareholders to read it carefully. This section identifies who might be influencing shareholders regarding the merger vote. It includes the company's directors, executives, and employees. They're essentially telling you that people within the company have an interest in how the vote goes. This confirms that the company's leadership is involved in getting shareholder approval for the merger. Finally, we have the signatures. This is where a company official officially signs off on the report. Here, David M. Sherburn, who holds several important legal and compliance roles at Superior Industries, has signed the report on August 15, 2025. This confirms the report is official and meets regulatory requirements. So to sum it all up, Superior Industries International Inc. is in the process of being acquired by SI Parent Holdings LLC. This explains why their stock was delisted from the NYSE and moved to the OTC Pink market, and why a large number of shares were sold to Parent for a very small price. The filing also highlights serious financial concerns for the company. Now, looking at the bigger picture here, Superior Industries is in a tough spot. A lot of companies facing substantial doubt as a going concern are either on the brink of bankruptcy or actively seeking an exit. The very low price per share, 9 cents for over 7 million shares, is a huge flashing red light. It tells us that either the market, represented by the acquirer Parent, doesn't see much value in the company's current operations or future prospects as an independent entity, or they are acquiring it at a distressed valuation. The move to the OTC Pink market further confirms the shift from being a prominent NYSE-listed company to a much less established trading platform. This merger is essentially a lifeline to keep the business operational, but under new ownership and likely with a new strategy or structure. The key risk highlighted the substantial doubt regarding the company's ability to continue as a going concern is the most telling sign. It means the company, by its own admission, might not be able to pay its bills or keep its doors open in the near future without significant intervention. This makes the acquisition by Parent not just a business decision, but potentially a necessary one for survival. The company's future direction will now be dictated by Parent. We need to see what Parent's strategy is for Superior Industries, whether it's to integrate their operations, sell off assets, or completely rebrand. The success of this proposed transaction hinges on whether Parent can turn the company around, which, given the stated doubts, will be challenging. Alright, that's our breakdown of Superior Industries International Inc.'s latest filing. What do you think about this acquisition and the company's financial situation? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive useful, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more. And don't forget to join our Discord community, linked in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.